For ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom! In your face!
It's Wednesday on The Ticket, 93.7. The Ticket FM. Appreciate you hanging out with us for the hour. We'll hand it over to the Captain Show. We got a busy day lined up for you today. Tomorrow, it's a busy week. Of course, it's Give to Lincoln time of year, and all the nonprofits. This is their time of year to shine, and all the fundraisers, this is the time for them to shine. So you can get information at Give to Lincoln Day, and you can choose who you want to donate to. or what you want to donate for. We are going to be at the Matt Talbert Kitchen tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm going to invite our guests to come down and hang out with us tomorrow as well. We're there from break until dawn, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be there helping raise funds for the Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach, those fine folks. But you will have lots of conversations. You can be a part of what we're doing. 402-464-5685, the Starter Hammond text line. Want to be a part of what we're doing? Hit us up. We're going to go all over the place. It's one-on-one. You know the rules. It's like Forrest Gump's mom's chocolate. You never know where we're going to end up. Just letting you know. Buckle in, get your popcorn, have your tea, because this is what we're going to do. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961, Amazon Prime if you're fancy. And if you have not downloaded the Ticket app, do so. Goes everywhere you go, we go. That's how we get down. Special guest today, and it's always an honor to have Husker leadership show up in the building. He has an open invitation to talk whatever he wants to talk about whenever he wants to talk about it. Because the year he had with him and his crew, man, go ahead and stand and applaud wherever you are. Greatly appreciated. Head coach, Huskers tennis, Peter Corbell. Coach, congratulations. This is my first time I get to say congratulations on a run face-to-face, man. Thank you for stopping in. Congratulations.
Thanks, DP. That was amazing little entrance there. I don't know if I deserved all that. We did all right, but yeah, no, it was a great year. I always say coaching's 5% of it, playing's 95% of it. We got great student athletes. We had great players, and they really care and love Nebraska, and they put it all out there this year, and they had a great year. So, it was nice. We finished the NCAA tournament on Saturday. We flew back Saturday night, took Sunday off, and the transfer portal opened on Monday.
Hello.
So right back to work, DP.
Hello. There was a time you're like, hey, I'll come in earlier. And then he goes, transfer portal. And I was like, that's all that needs to be said. That's all that needs to be said. No other explanation required. I think a big part of it is identifying what success means in the program, right? That this year's team had a level of success that leads to long-term seeds planted for the program, because this is now a new standard that you don't want to go backwards and you don't want to go lower. But what does it mean on the scale of satisfaction? I know coaches are rarely satisfied.
Yeah.
But for you, how does the season rate?
Yeah, it was a great season. I think we've truly maximized our team. I think, we lost 4 seniors. Obviously, all 4 seniors played, contributed. So, that's a big deal. It was a big deal for them, though, going into the year. They all wanted to have a great year, and they all really bought into our vision and our team philosophy at the beginning of the year. They trusted me in my vision for the program, and so did our staff. And I think that's why, last year we finished 49 in the country. This year we finished 39 in the country. So, there's not many teams that can go from 49 to top 10. I don't think that's necessarily how it works, but we took a big step in the right direction, and now we've kind of set the standard. And when the new recruits come in and the new faces come in, and those are the new standards. We're trying to just get better each and every year. So, I mean, it's nothing any sexier than that. It's just the way it is. So
you're the most recent head coach at a program at University of Nebraska to come on these airwaves, and I thank you for that. But it allows me to ask you questions about the process.
Yep.
Because now the process is just bananas. Like, it's all that you just said, the 2 words that either make you smile or make you lean away from cell phones and microphones. Transfer portal.
Yep.
Right? That it's changed the way business is being done. It changed the way selections and choices are being done. Recruiting now changes. Where do you stand on transfer portal versus high school talent?
Sure. So I think you have to make a decision as a head coach, kind of the model that you want to have. I'm a big locker room guy. I'm a big team guy. I think that's where the really special stuff comes from, and it takes a little bit longer to do that. But I think getting a guy, that you've recruited for a year and a half, you fly and you see their families and they get to know you, they trust you. The level of the relationship coming into the program is extremely high, and they want to buy into what your vision is. I think the transfer portal can be a little bit quick. It's hard to get the recruit to fully understand what you're trying to do. And sometimes I don't think the level of recruiting isn't thorough enough to really understand what's going to come from that. So I think, if you have a boatload of money and things are changing, but you can go and, more or less buy a team these days and you can become top 20 in the country pretty quick. But I don't think that's how you I don't know. I don't think that's how you become a national champion. I don't think that's how you win the Big Ten Conference. I think you do that by bringing in the right people, the people that believe in me as a head coach, that believe in Nebraska, believe in what we're doing. And when you have guys that buy in each and every single day and they're not there to collect a paycheck, I think that's where you can really build on something special, and you can continue to have continued success year in and year out. And I think now that the student athletes can make money, I think there's a model to do it the right way. But I think you need to recruit young. You need to recruit high school talent. You need guys in your program for 4 or 5 years so you can help them develop. I think that's where the fun part of the process is helping them grow and develop. But if there is a hole in your team, I think the transfer portal allows you to go in and find someone quickly. If there is the right person and you're able to find them, I think it gives you the opportunity to maybe plug a hole where you, instead of maybe taking a step back for a year or two, you can maybe keep the ship riding in the right direction. So,
well, we've talked about that coaches tend to fall in a pocket that they either recruit to who they are, right? That you want to recruit players who either you connect with on a level of priority that works for the coach, or on a talent level.
Sure.
That, quite frankly, I like coaching players with big serves, or players with great returns,
right,
or hard workers, or academic superstars. Depends on the coach. It depends on the program and the university. For you, how do you recruit? Is it towards you, or is it towards the production that needs to happen from it?
Yeah, so it's a good question. It kind of based on what we're looking for, but I think in general we have 5 staples that we look at in recruiting. Number 1, are they an elite competitor? Number 2, do they have relentless effort each and every single day? Number 3, can they understand the game? Are they intelligent? Are they able to adapt? Tennis is a game of adapting, and a lot of times it's on their own. They got to be able to do it without a coach telling them what to do or what plays to run. 4, when the big moment comes, do they step up or do they step down? And 5, when they're playing their worst, are they really hard to beat? So those are the 5 things that we look at when we're recruiting players. 9 out of 10 times, if there's a guy with all 5 of those things, they're being recruited by the best programs in the world. So you kind of take what's most important for you and what the team kind of needs at the time. Do we need a guy that's going to be able to come in and play at the top of the lineup, and maybe he doesn't have 1 or 2 of those things, but he has the most important ones? So you kind of got to really go through the process thoroughly. I personally think that Nebraska's an extremely special place, and it's only reserved for the most special student athletes in the world. In tennis, we recruit the world. So, the training table that they eat in, the academic resources that they have, the life skill resources that they have, playing in front of arguably the best fans in all of college sports, arguably in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just going to bring a guy that can hit a tennis ball really well into the program. They've got to check off a few more boxes than that. And that's what makes it hard. But I think that's how you continue to have success year after year after year.
Talking to Peter Cobalt, head coach, Husker Tennis, and you mentioned, the 5 things that are of high value. But then you just mentioned, for all the success and production and changing of the program, you now hit the transfer portal, the first sleep after that season.
Yep.
With 4 seniors gone, are you looking to replace those 4 seniors? Are you looking for 4 people at the top? Do you recruit to people that can help you beat USC and UCLA? What's the priority for you, Coach?
I'm a big play the long game. I think you got to get the locker room right. I think you got to get the right guys in the locker room that are willing to work and willing to play through some nicks, being sick, being injured, maybe not doing well in a class, stress on and off the court. You got to have, the right people here. We play tennis in the wintertime. Here it's cold. People get sick. You got to have guys, and you can't just have 6 guys that can play. You need to have 8 or 9 because things happen. So, you do your due diligence in the portal and you look at everybody. And we just got a recruit last night. We got a call last night from a recruit that just verbally committed from the transfer portal. You know, he's not going to be able to come in and I don't think play number one, but he's exactly what we're looking for in those 4 qualities. And I think when you have those guys in your program, it elevates the whole team and everyone gets better. So maybe you don't go out and replace a Calvin Mueller, who's, you know, first team all Big Ten. I think you need a handful of money and some other things maybe to go and find those guys in the portal. But I think you can. I think if your program's running the right way and the standards are the standards and you bring in the right people, I think there's a lot more inside of that student athlete that you can find and that they can find in themselves, and all of a sudden you have another one. So I think that's the approach that we're taking.
There's so many. This is the thing. I always have to put a disclaimer when I get in front of Peter because there's so many different directions I want to go, and there's so many oars I want to put in the water. But it's the thing that you're talking about that it's you get to pitch at the highest volume. Why Nebraska? And for football, basketball, some of that's known already. But in your particular case, it's a unique discussion to explain to athletes from other places, often other countries.
Yep.
Why Nebraska? What's the pitch and sell to get young people to commit to being a Nebraska Husker?
Because you got all the resources in the world here. You got all the resources. You're at the 8th most valuable athletic department in all of college sports. Like this, this is as big as it gets. Our facilities are top class. Like I mentioned before, all the academic resources. We eat the best food, in the world. I mean, our training table's the nicest. I can't imagine a nicer one.
Right.
The people here, the fans, they really care and they love Nebraska. The support for the tennis program this year has been phenomenal. We set an attendance record, 283 people for the Baylor match this year, and the turnout for the matches this year was unbelievable. So you're getting to play, and then hopefully you're getting coached by a decent coach that might know a thing or two about tennis that can help you. I played on the Pro Tour. I just finished 6 years ago. I have wins over guys that are in the top 100 in the world.
Name them.
I can. He's still Arthur Rinderneck. I'm not going to.
No, that's right.
But anyway, like I can sit down and be like, look, all you got to do is come here, believe in what I believe in me, believe in Nebraska. Everything else is going to get taken care of for you. All you have to do is come and do your very best, and let's take care of the rest. But it isn't easy because it's only the 3rd time we've made the NCAA tournament since 1928, and the first time since 2014. We've only had one All-American in the program, so there's a lot of room to grow, and we've got to keep pushing the envelope. But I think we've got some traction, and recruits are excited, the community's excited. There's a lot of really cool things going on, and it's just how can we up the ante each and every year? So
it is that time of year where Nebraskans across the fold and Husker Nation across the world make donations for good causes, and then they get involved financially. You've got a challenge that you've put out that you've shared and said, you know what? Husker Tennis is always working. And even for something in October, you have to get to work now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your ask? What is your challenge for Husker fans that want to support Nebraska tennis?
Yeah. So last year, an agency was looking to run a professional tennis tournament somewhere in the United States, and they kind of beamed in on Lincoln, Nebraska, and they thought this would be an amazing place to host an ATP event. And top-notch management. They're a boutique tennis agency, but they work with some of the best players in the world. They also run tournaments, and they want to host a tennis tournament here each and every year. So we're inviting everyone out for like a little fundraiser. June 18th at the tennis center for a free clinic and some nice food from the training table to kind of discuss what that all looks like. But it's top notch doing it all. They're the ones running the whole the show. They do an unbelievable job. They were here last year for the first time, so the people that were able to come out last year got to kind of see what that looked like with just six weeks of preparation. This year we got a little bit more time, but I think it's great. I think it only helps grow tennis here. in Nebraska, not just Lincoln, in a state that's really dominated by, you see all the football helmets here. We got to get a few tennis rackets out here. DP.
I got room on the wall.
I get some red spray paint.
I got some room on the wall, man.
And we'll stick a few tennis rackets in here. But that's really our biggest challenge, is just growing tennis here. And I think the fact that a company like Top Notch was able to look at a town like Lincoln, a university like the University of Nebraska, and be like, this would be an amazing place to host an ATP event is amazing. So we're lucky that that something like that happened. And we're trying to keep it going as long as we can. So
let me ask you the question, because other sports have these huge rosters of coaches, recruiters, analysts, consultants, etc., to help recruit, because it's all over the place. How big is your recruiting staff?
We 3 guys. It's me. It's mostly our assistant coach, Brett Foreman. He does a phenomenal job doing that. He's the one doing all the really hard digging and searching, and then he kind of throws them all on my plate at the very end. But
look what I made.
But no, we have our second assistant, Shunya. He's back home in Japan. He just went to a showcase in Tokyo. We're talking to a guy or two over there. We have there's a boy from Nigeria that we're recruiting right now. That, we will look anywhere and everywhere, and if it doesn't matter where they're from or anything else, is will they fit right in our program? And if we think they will, or we do the very best we can with it, but we'll look and search anywhere we can to find the right people to bring into the program. So, but yeah, it's a small group. Our staff works really hard. There's no two other ways to do it. I think it's you get what you deserve, and you work, you're going to be good eventually. So
yeah, through all of it, there are concerns about money, and it seems to be, at least from the outside looking in the window, that so much of the conversation about recruiting and roster is about money. Is that true? What would be the real thing to say to a Husker fan is, yeah, come support us. Make donations to NIL. Send referrals to players, your nephew in Texas that might want to come to. How can Husker Nation be more involved, whether it be transfer portal, NIL, or recruiting?
Yeah, I think it's a new day and age, and I think recruiting is still recruiting, and I think especially in tennis, I think the relationships are still extremely important, because the head coach has a great, I think with football, there are 105 guys or however many they have. It's almost impossible to have an amazing relationship with all 105 guys. But in tennis, it's, you got a locker room of 10, and you can do that. And it's very personable, and the relationships are very tight and close. You spend a ton of time together each and every day. I'm on the court each and every single day working with them. But yeah, I mean, there's a level to this now where there's money. The money is clearly playing a role in a lot of things. Wake Forest just won the NCAA title, and the rumors of the amount of money they spent on their team would, you'd sound like it would be a different sport. But,
so if let's say we were talking about Fake Wars University, not so much the Demon Deacons. Let's call them the Deacon Demons.
Sure. For
sake of conversation. And if Nebraska were to try to get on the level of what's being spent to create top 10, top 20 tennis programs, from your vantage, what do you think that number would look like?
Well, I personally think that we're going to get there in time, and I don't think that's where we need to be tomorrow. But in 5 or 10 years, that's where I would expect us to be. But you would hope to have somewhere between $200,000 and $500,000 sitting around somewhere, to feel like you can go to war with the Ohio States and the Texases and what'd you call them?
Fake Wars. Fake Wars University.
All the universities' fake names go with those. But
Jackson's got banked. So I think we could probably ask for a loan to get the program started.
I don't know about that.
There we go.
Big money Jack over there. I think it's a thing. Listen, I mean, because I think it's a big part of the conversation. Just to identify what programs are doing and what you're competing with. 2, what your vision of it would be. And then 3, what the powers that be can agree is a number that makes sense. And we'll take a break. When we come back, I want to ask you about the Big Ten.
Sure.
Because the Big Ten, I mean, that's the immediate space. That's the neighborhood you live in.
Yep.
So we need to figure out what's my neighbor paying in rent? How much are they spending? We can't live in a shed if they're living in a mansion. You have to kind of have that conversation so that we identify what this young man needs for this program in this community. Peter Cobalt, Husker Tennis head coach, here on 101. We'll be right back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Ladies and gentlemen, Libby Dunn.
To the graduating class of 2025, today we celebrate all of our hard work, late nights, and the most craveable Raising Cane's chicken fingers and cane sauce that got you through it. Get out there and commemorate this moment with a grad plush puppy. Net proceeds from these paws go to a good cause. So whether you're graduating with honors or just happy to have survived finals, go forth and treat yourself to Raising Cane's and take home the cutest classmate ever. Because you've earned it. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: patchy fog this morning, then a slight chance of showers this afternoon. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high near 69. Tonight, a chance of showers with a low near 51. Tomorrow, a chance of showers in the afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny with light winds and a high near 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at CoppellCars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. Because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to One on One with DP. Brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Great conversation. Husker tennis head coach Peter Kobo in studio here, 11th and 0. And if you get a chance, come on through, stop by, have a coffee. But I need all of you to make a plan to actually attend Husker tennis. There are so many people who, if you tell them to go to the Dillon Tennis Center, they don't know where it is.
2400 North Antelope Parkway.
Right. It's right.
Yep.
It's there. It's like indoor, outdoor, a beautiful facility.
One of the best in the country. For sure.
Right. And this was a pretty good year of attendance, but I've been to those matches and I can tell you it could be better. It could be better. And that's part of my mission plan for next year is that, you know what? It needs to be 500 butts in the seat every home match.
Let's do it.
Like there's no excuse for it not to be. Oh, by the way, it's free. It's free. So you and your family, get yourself together. That's what I would say.
Hey, and next year, all the facilities, all the athletic facilities. I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing this or not, but I think we'll have a liquor license at all the facilities. We'll be able to sell some alcohol at the games as well as all the concessions and everything like that. So I know that's one of the things that Troy's been working on hard, with not just the football stadium, but with all the other facilities as well. So yeah, come enjoy a cold beverage, your choice, and watch some tennis and yell and scream, baby.
That may change the whole thing. Listen, for our folks who are willing to pay hundreds of dollars to go watch other sports, to go watch for free and be able to have a beverage and get your Go Big Red on, that to me sounds like a pretty cool weekend. So that's just me, but that's going to be the mission going forward, is to keep pushing this thing across the way. For resources being a young man that's familiar with Ohio State, Columbus, and what happens, and then the rivalry, and then the expansion, because when you take tennis out west, to Oregon, Washington, USC, and UCLA, it's a different kind of recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
It is a different kind of recruiting. Where would you put the Big Ten Conference when it comes to national conferences? Is it number 1, number 2, number 3? Where would you put it?
Yeah, I think for tennis, I think it's in that 2. Right now, it's in that 2-3 slot, and I think it's getting significantly better, though. I think with how college sports are changing, I think if you're in the Big Ten and the SEC, you're in a really good spot, and if you're not, you're kind of holding your breath a little bit right now. So that's why I can see. As the head coach, you try and see the forest through the trees, and right now, everyone's looking at a program like Nebraska in the Big Ten. You're like, I don't know if I see it, but I'm like, I see an absolute gold mine here. I see this is in 10 years, this is going to be the place to be. This is going to be one of those 4 or 5 dream jobs. That's personally just what I think. I think with the combination of our athletic department, all the facilities that we already have, the support from the community, being in the Big Ten Conference. I don't know, DP. Like I just see. I see the potential. So
I get excited about it. And when you meet the young people and then you meet the leaders, and the leaders, for me, I'm a bit of a tough sell because sometimes parts of my career were built on identifying bad coaching in full. Like, let's be totally full disclaimer. Like, the job was to go in and see the trouble in a program and go, okay, this is fixable. And I always say this about football, basketball, otherwise. You can tell the standing or the status of a program by the number of questions you have about it, especially the leadership. And I don't buy into some programs because I don't buy into the leadership. I'm buying into both what you and Herman are doing with your programs because you care. You actually care. And at the top of the pyramid for me, when it comes to quality leadership, is caring. And I think it's important. Love of the game, that's pretty easily done. You're not getting super rich off of this thing. You should be getting paid better, but that's just DP talking. And to say it, to see the success that you're having. So I'm impressed by what you're doing and how you do it. Then the next question is, if there was one thing that you could add to this program to help it take its next step forward, is it just time? Is it just attitude? Is it work? Is it resource? What is the next thing that will take Nebraska tennis one more step forward and up?
I think that's a tough question to answer. The easy answer would be just, some additional resources, and not even necessarily from the school, but just in the NIL space, maybe. That's probably the cheap way. But I think it's my job to get, more and more people are going to contribute to that sort of thing. The more they believe in me, the more visible I am. Seeing, this wasn't just a fluke this year. Part of me is like, we're losing 4 seniors. We're losing our number 1, our number 2, our number 4, our number 5 player. And they're going to be like, Nebraska's not going to be as good next year. And I'm like, hey, you guys don't know me yet. Like, I'm not planning on taking a step backwards. This team's going to keep moving forwards. That's how we do it. I was at a program at Ohio State. We won the Big Ten 5 years in a row. My senior year, I was the only starter coming back my senior year. We ended up winning the national indoor title that year with one and a half returning starters. So I've been in the locker room like that before. I understand how it works. I know how you need to move the pieces around. We'll see if we can do it. But that's the mindset and the mentality going into next year. But I think, going back to the question, if we can get more people to truly believe in what we're doing, get more people truly excited about tennis and what we're trying to do here, I think in time, like the financial things kind of take care of themselves. So I think it's time. Give me some more time, Nebraska. Let me up the ante again, and we'll go from there.
From the text line, Bill says, what? Selling booze next year? Husker fans will show up. Bill and Bennett, we're going to hold you to it. Big Slim, good to see you back on here, bro. I know you're doing your thing, man. Appreciate you for what you do. It is, you mentioned 4 seniors. Every program needs somebody to lead it in the transition. So from end of season to beginning of season, You've got returning players. Who's going to lead this program for you on the courts next year?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a group effort. I think the guys that are coming back are evolving and in different ways. You know, I think we have one captain coming back, Henry Balisic. He's grown a lot with his tennis and his body, but he's a natural born leader. You know, we're going to really lean on guys like Leo Linkett, Joan Torres Espinosa, Colson Wells, and Nikolai Sisoev. You know, those are 4 guys that got a lot of playing time this year, and naturally they're going to have to step up. And you know, that's kind of the way it works in college sports. Is, you know, guys walk out the door, and the guys inside the facility are kind of responsible for stepping up. It's hard for a new guy to step in and kind of take over that responsibility. So they know that, and we've set the standards. You know, most of them go home over the summer. Some of them are around. Leo and Joanna are around right now practicing. We just left the facility to come over here and talk. We had a practice this morning, but they know, and they know that I'm not going to say, hey, oh, it's a rebuilding year. No. Like, they understand that. So they understand when they go home that they better be working and doing the right things, because when the fans show up again in January, the expectations are the expectations, and people want to win here. So,
well, Ohio State doesn't care.
No, that's right.
USC doesn't care.
No.
How would you define? What would you define as the biggest win of the year, match win of the year? Because you had several high-level performances against top 40, top 30, top 20 teams.
Yep.
What would you say was the one that you would just go, if you want to know who the 2024 Husker tennis team was, look at this particular matchup?
Yeah, I would point to USC. It was our first matchup ever against them. We're 1-0 against the very best tennis program in all of college tennis, and the most All-Americans, the most national titles, you name it, they lead the way. Mm-hmm. You know, they roll into Lincoln, Nebraska on a 52-degree day with 17-mile-an-hour winds, and they don't want to be outside. We don't want to be outside. The fans don't want to be outside, but that's where we need to be. And we took them down. So I mean, that was a win. They ended up losing in the round of 16 of the NCAA tournament. So I mean, that's a ginormous win. You know, the programs are just coming from 2 totally different places. The very, very, very best, most history ever in tennis, and Nebraska coming up the ranks right now. Like, that was a huge statement win for us. So.
Who would you compare in football to UCLA tennis?
USC, I would say, I don't know, for football.
It might be USC.
It might be. Yeah, I mean, you could. I think.
Right.
I think the football program's still trying to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Down in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but we're enjoying that.
But but it's the same type of prestige and program. You know, when you're getting recruited by USC, it's like, whoa, you know, you're playing against USC. It's like, you know, do they come here this year? Does USC come here? Do we play them?
Yes, USC is here.
So that's a game where you're like, this one just feels a little bit different.
Yeah,
like,
they go to Rose Bowl
to
play UCLA. They go to Pasadena for UCLA.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. You know, these in Southern California, they're going to get the best looks from the best recruits, and they're going to have it's just
different kind of sun, different kind of breeze. Different kind of tan. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you got to figure out, you know, your recipe. Our recipe is not the same recipe as those SoCal boys. So.
Yeah, and everybody can't be on the UCLA and USC roster. There's not room for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'm known to be tough.
Let's do it.
But I'm putting you on the spot because next fall, the Ohio State Buckeyes go face-to-face with the Nebraska Huskers. Who do you root for, Coach?
I'm all like people, guys on the team give me a hard time. Oh, you're a Buckeye. I'm a Husker, man. I'm a Husker. I've fallen in love with this place. You know, it took me 6 months to 8 years to find my rhythm. And anytime you move here, I was by myself. I moved here alone. But I was like, wow. Once I was really here, I was like, man, this place is just different, and it's extremely special. And I'm a Husker through and through. What Coach Rule's doing, I truly feel like he's going to see the fruits of his labor. I think we saw it a little bit last year, but just knowing coaching and knowing what coaching looks like and the amount of effort and work he puts into this and how much he truly cares about Nebraska, like I'm just telling you, I can see it coming. I can feel it coming. You need some luck, and the Big Ten is an absolute nightmare of a conference. Obviously, the two last national champions are coming out of the Big Ten, not the SEC. It's no tough task, but we got the right guy running the ship. I can't think of a guy better than Coach Rule. So,
well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk about Coach Rule and the other programs because I want to get your take on where that will be. We also have texts from Magic and Chase B. We'll read those texts and get Coach's take on what you guys have sent in. If you want to get a comment or a question into Coach Cobalt, now's the time to do it over the break. We'll be back to finish up one-on-one. Set you all up for the Captain Show here on The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln. Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Play ball! Ready for summer fun and ballpark vibes? Bring your pack to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. From May through August, the Lincoln Salt Dogs will be playing and the park will be popping with all the food, drinks, and fun you need for the perfect night out. Grab your friends, family, and coworkers and make plans now. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets. Come on out to the park and unleash the fun.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog this morning, then a slight chance of showers this afternoon. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high near 69. Tonight, a chance of showers with a low near 51. Tomorrow, a chance of showers in the afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny with light winds and a high near 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Hey, what are you talking about over there? Huh? I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
You're listening to One on One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tennis is like a jungle sometimes. Makes you wonder how you keep from going under. Peter Cobalt, head coach, Husker Tennis, in the building. We appreciate him stopping by. And when I say this, I actually mean it. Open invite.
Love it.
Open invitation for you. I mean, because you're a sports dude. Like tennis happens to be your forte, but you're a sports guy. Before we get into the questions we had, Chase B says this on the text, and he says, we might need a tennis one-on-one, coach, built into the program so I know what I'm watching, right?
100%.
Inviting fans down to meet players, to get training, to talk about, here's some things you might want to know about this game that we love so much.
Sure.
And I think that's, Chase, I'm actually pushing that he and the women's head coach actually do some regular programming. And that'll be also a way for them to raise some funds for the program. Magic says this. He says, I got a phone call and trying to explain to folks how to see tennis. And he said, you have to kind of explain that it's attached to Hibner. It's attached to the soccer fields. He said, because that's how he figured out where it is. So, again, we're going to keep pushing and keep feeding. We're planting seeds in May so that you're there doing Husker tennis season. And we want you to be a part of this growing program because the program is on fire. I asked about, you brought up Matt Rule, and I want to ask as a coach, in that fraternity and then in that shared space, what should Husker fans really be excited about from one coach to another? What does Matt Rule do that makes you applaud and go, you know what? He's doing it right.
Well, I think when you get into coaching, you have two different priorities, and one of them is, you either have the priority to win or you have the priority to show them a good time or have fun. And I'm very careful with who I take advice from. I was in a program that won a ton, and I've won a ton in my career as a player, and even my short time as a coach, I've had success. So I only take advice from people that have had experiences like me.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and talk to Matt a ton, but he'd be one of those coaches because he has a ton of experience coaching in winning. So his experiences are winning. You know what he's done at Temple, what he's done at Baylor, like those weren't easy things to do, and he was able to go to both of those places and win. So, you know, everyone's like holding their breath a little bit. I'm like, look, I really don't. I don't think, you know. I don't want to put any extra pressure on him, but I really think, because I know this place isn't easy for football. But I really just, you know, the way he handles things, how he speaks in front of the media, some of the things he says, you know, you hear about some of the things, he's holding all of his guys accountable all the way up to QB1. I think when you have a leader that knows how to win, and instills that in his entire staff, instills it in the entire locker room, you know, you're going to win. So I personally, I'm betting on Coach Rule. I'm betting on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The leadership from the top down in the football program's amazing. You know, having a guy like Troy Dannon lead the way through this mess that we're going through right now with the settlement and stuff like it. You know, I think he's on the committee now, right?
Mm-hmm.
College football committee. Like, come on, like. We're moving in the right direction, guys. Like the Big Ten is very hard though. Like Ohio State's not going anywhere. You know, I will see what happens with Michigan and this whole scandal thing. I don't know, but they're recruiting like they're not going anywhere. USC and UCLA are always going to be relevant. You know, there's some big hitters in this conference, but we're doing it I truly feel like Matt's doing it the right way here, and just give him some time. He's doing it. I can see it. So,
Coach, do you I know they're like brothers and sisters, but do you have a favorite coach here on the Husker staff? Is there somebody you just kind of look at and go, yep?
Well, I'm friendly with a few of them, but I think the one coach that's been the most supportive of me is probably Rhonda Revelle.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the same boss when I first got here. So I bugged. I think I asked her for a coffee once or twice, just because she's another one of those coaches that's had a lot of winning experiences and values winning, and you know there's more to sports than just winning, but when you know you get a lot of advice, but you want to take advice from people who've been successful, and she's definitely been successful. They had an amazing year. This year, what a run. Unbelievable. They were just, you know, this close away from taking down the Vols. And you know, that's not an easy town to play in. That's not an easy university to go down there and play in front of those fans. That's for sure. You know, I was at Kentucky for 2 years. Kentucky and Tennessee don't like each other.
Right.
But Rhonda's probably been the most supportive of me, and she sends me messages all the time. You know, when she sees something, this or that, and then maybe Fred Hoiberg too.
I could see you and Fred. Yeah,
we traded some shoes.
Yeah,
he's a tennis player.
Yeah,
his wife's a tennis player too, and they play some tennis.
Yeah, Carol loves it.
So yeah, Fred. I heard a rumor though that the wives are beating the husbands. So I was like, Fred.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the challenge we need to have.
We got to get you down here and get you hitting some balls. So we swapped out some shoes. You got me a pair of basketball shoes. I got him a pair of tennis shoes, and he's going to come down and hit some balls here sooner or later.
I'm not going to hit any balls. I'm going to come down and get in that shoe collection. I'm a shoe guy, and I don't even care. Coach, again, open invitation, and I think you talking to coaches would also be a really cool radio show.
Yeah,
I think that would be a phenomenal radio show. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. Coach, thank you so much for what you do. Appreciate you. And again, you're invited to come down to Matt Talbot Kitchen. We're going to be down there all day tomorrow.
Great.
As a matter of fact, Coach Hoiberg will be there at 4:00. All portions of the day. So come on down and hang with it. Don't go anywhere. It's Window World Wednesday. Todd Euler's in the building. The captain show. Rashawn Jackson, the captain. Terrell Farley, the Hall of Fame black shirt, will take you through all the way the fastest 2 hours in all the sports radio. Coming up, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.